All right, so I was gonna do like a how it's made on the Baby Boss board, but I kept on watching the video of myself explaining what I was doing, and it was super boring. So I'm just gonna do like a quick walkthrough of where I'm at. I originally started wanting to do it while I was machining, but it's too noisy. I can't really take a video inside the machine anyways with all the coolant of the chips anyway, so I'll just show you what's going on. So flip it around. So we've got the Baby Boss boards here. These are half machine. This is op 1. So you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like at this point, you know, the outline of the stock. So these have maybe 150 thousandths of stock here. Would that be like 4 millimeters or something like that left? So you can kind of see why I actually choose the sizes that I do. The final part ends up being this big, but you can see I got to have something to hold on to. So that's where this ends up being 19 millimeters instead of 20. A millimeter is only about 40 thousandths of an inch, but it ended up being that I'd have to buy the next size of stock up, just like a quarter of an inch or, you know, 200 thousandths extra, which is stock that would just get turned into chips that we'd all have to pay for. So it just made more sense to do a 19 millimeter board. And, you know, 19 millimeters versus 20, I don't think anybody really lifts that much differently with a 1 millimeter difference. So I don't think it matters, and it'll make it that much cheaper not having to pay for all that extra stock. So I have this, you know, just here for reference. Texture, I don't think it ever comes up that good on video. The texture, you can see some of the speckling of the texture there, but it is good, and you can usually hear it on camera. So it's a good texture. So that's as machined, super smooth. And I also have here something that I've been experimenting with. This is something I 3D printed a long time ago, but kind of coming back to it as something I'm, you know, doing when I do deadlifts. So to deadlift on a bar and then come to this, or even the baby board, it's a bit much for the back. So I made this to kind of focus on just my thumb a while back. So I might end up making a metal version of this. This mounting hole, I think, needs to move this way to really focus on the thumb. Pinches are okay, but I feel that they don't really focus on the thumb that much. So that's why I made this. But I'll take a shot into the machine. So here is the stock. I forget if I mentioned that already for the monos that I'm making. And I did op 1 on that. So here's the inside of the machine. I've got 2 dual station vices. So, you know, 1 station, 2 station, 3, 4. So I can do, you know, on the Big Boss, I can do 1 part at a time, meaning this is op 1, this is op 2. A finished part comes out every time. Or, you know, with the mono, I could fit 2 per. So this would be op 1, op 2, op 1, op 2. So 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, I could do on the mono. So it's a bit more efficient. These barely fit in my machine, but they work pretty good. So for some reason that I'll figure out, this engraving is a bit deep. I don't think that's showing up on camera, but this is the first prototype coming out of the machine. So it doesn't matter, but also I can skim cut this 5 or 10 thousandths of an inch off, and that engraving will look perfect again. So I definitely won't notice it when I'm using it, and this is my personal prototype for me to use that I'll keep anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But that's what that looks like, op 1. And then I'm not going to go over all the tools I use, but there's a carousel filled with the tools I use to machine these parts and some other parts as well. But this is almost 5 minutes long, so hopefully this is picking up on my face, and that's it. Bye.